100 lifetimes passed. A dwarven kingdom was ruled by a cult of corrupt elders known as the Diadem. They lorded over the valley between two mountain ranges called the Upper and Lower Riles. This wound in the soil became known by the people as the Crag. Insulted by death, the Diadem toyed with magic of the soul and cursed themselves and their nation into eternal unlife. Incited by the gods' inaction, an archfey of winter rose to end the blight and covered the crag and its horde in an eternal sheet of ice. Centuries later, new life has found its way to this frozen wasteland. The humans first, carving holes in the ice river Tormag and fishing its depths. The halflings felt the new and powerful natural magics and settled in the hills. The dragonkin and orcs fled their persecutions and waged war in the frozen wastes. Finally, the gnomes found silver in the Upper Isles and began trade between all the races of the Crag with coins shaped like a beating heart. For this reason, all those who share that eternal winter have become known as the Crag-hearted. Hello, everyone. We are ready to go, it seems. All right. Yep. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us back in the Crag. We appreciate all of you, and we are ready to kick off this next episode of the Crag, the Crag-hearted, episode 7, the Crevasse. And I am very excited to get back into this. We left kind of on a bit of a literal cliffhanger, and so we're excited to see what's about to happen and where we're going to go. As always, please, you see our art that's listed up here, and I will be changing my icon a bit throughout the game. As I do, please definitely give the links in the description a go, because they are a fabulous artist that has worked with us for some bit. And also, we might see some new art today, so I'm a little bit excited about that as we move forward a bit here. We know also, we want to take a quick moment, there's a lot of things going on in the world. We kind of don't talk about them usually. The biggest one was COVID, that has kind of shut down the world for a little bit and forced everybody to get to know themselves a little bit better, and kind of sparked a lot of the Crag, because we wanted to know how to make these games online and interact with people far away, so that has changed a lot of things. And then recently, there has been a lot of racial tension that has popped up in the US, and we are a diverse group of people here that play the Crag, and I love everybody that I play with. I've met them all in person, and they're great people. And our hearts break for the people who are affected by this, the people who lost a father, and also the people who are losing more than that now out of the riot and rage that has come from this situation. So we pray that if you are protesting, please do so and take care of the people around you with the goal of reconciliation. And if you are protecting those people as a policeman or a guard or what have you, please protect people with the integrity that your station befits, and make sure you are caring about these people as you would your own family or children as well. We want to just definitely say that the end goal is love for everybody. We want everyone to be respected and treated fairly. We want justice for the people who demand it. So that's all we're gonna say about that. We very much so want to make sure everybody is safe. Our priority is not buildings, but people. And we want to make sure all the people are safe. So please take some time to make sure that the people that you care about are taken care of, that they are safe, and that they are gonna come home tonight. So, but without further ado, I do want to just introduce our diverse cast here. If you want to say anything about that, please feel free to. But I want to just introduce our game because we know, sometimes we play our games to get a little bit of escapism from what's going on the outside, but ultimately, a lot of times these games help us find out a little bit more about ourselves, step into somebody else's shoes that we may not normally be a part of. And it's important to learn from these stories that we engage with and use those lessons and take them back into our lives. I think that's the power and the beauty of storytelling, is to take on someone else's um, face and wear it for a bit and learn from it. So let's start off by just going down the line. We'll do introductions, then we will go through our recap, and then we will kick this session off. Let's start off with Hovram.
Hello. Testing. You guys can hear me, right? Just checking.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Man. Thank you for Appellees to offering me the platform to say something. But I must admit that you have already set such a high bar for articulation that I don't think I can add anything to that, except to vehemently agree with you. And thank you for putting it that way. In terms of D&D, I'm Trevor Tortomasi. I will be playing the Hovram today, and yeah, ready for the second.
Excellent. Well, thank you for that. Let's go down the line. Let's go on to Vaga.
Hey, I'm Joe, playing Vaga. Um, yeah, I mean, as you already said it really well. Just more of just my personal opinions on just sort of like complaining is effective, and when you complain effectively and not um, frivolously, um, you can get a lot of done, and a lot of change has come about from people complaining loud enough and enough like force behind it. We just need to be careful about everyone who's trying to undermine that and undermine the message.
Yep. Stay focused, everybody. Stay focused. Brom.
My name is Kyle. I am playing the part of, obviously, Brom. And I guess I can't really add much to what you guys have already articulated. So definitely stand up for what you believe in and just be safe out there.
Thank you very much. And finally, we will go to Milo. And Milo, go ahead and go into the recap as well.
Sounds like a plan. So again, my name is Raymond Riddle. I am playing Milo today. These gentlemen have definitely articulated enough in regards to that. The only one thing that I will add regarding today's the state of today and society is we will get through this. Um, no matter what you may think, no matter what you may feel, we will show up on the other side. It's just making sure that we're all there when that day comes. So again, stay safe, stay well, and you know, prayers with everybody at this point in time. Switching gears to the Crag itself, um, I will go ahead and do the quick recap for us. So, dun dun dun. Previously on the Crag. Um, First, starting off, we had Calatrax having her scaly, clawed hands have reached our subordinate, who was back in Mesopeak in Urinal. She basically had tortured him till near death, it seemed, as we had a quick flash of what was going on there, as she obtained additional information regarding our whereabouts, basically, um, unbeknownst to us. We, however, our little adventuring party had made it to Leiron finally, a tent city of sorts, where we met Merrick, a small gnome who had an ample amount of information regarding the Giant's Bridge as well as the territory farther south from us. After a very informational and bewildering conversation with Merrick, it seems that we are now on our route to the southern peaks, the lower riles as we call them, to try to find not only possibly where the entrance to this Giant's Bridge is, which we've already determined not to go across due to, I believe his name was Derek, wasn't it? The giant that we found. I can't remember the name, but I think it was
You got
Derek.
a Merrick and a Derek?
The
I
David.
can remember David. The frost troll David that was on the Giant's Bridge that we decided not to fight. And as such, we ran across a tiny alpine forest or pine forest that ended up actually being the tips of pine trees as a extremely large undead creature lifted the ground up beneath us, and we've been running nonstop for the last 3 hours now. Most of us with exhaustion. We finally ended our chase, our escape route, as we all failed the very last round of rolls, and we are now falling possibly to our demise. So I hand it back over to DM Shark again.
No, pretty normal day.
Yeah, no,
normal
normal.
day.
Nothing big. Nothing new. Yeah.
We actually will come back to our adventures and what has happened inside of their crevasse, and we will begin our story today, as usual, in the wastes. Snow rolls again. It is a stormy day. Not quite a blizzard, but enough for you to pull your coat a little bit tighter around you. And you would hear the sound of a crow cawing against the storm. And you would see a single dragonborn, weak, tired, taking fevered steps forward across a stone bridge. The columns stretch up maybe 20, 30 feet high. The ridges on the left and right side are made of a smooth stone and carved with dwarven runes. And across this bridge steps a feeble creature. A boy. He's missing his teeth. His fingernails and claws have been pulled, and his steps are soft. He looks back over his shoulder and he sees 4 bronze knights and a woman. Go ahead. The boy continues to walk across the bridge, step by step, peering over the side and watching the frozen chunks of ice crash in the rapids of the river Tormag beneath him. He looks through the fog and spray, the snow falling down, and he makes it almost to the far side of the bridge. "10 feet away from solid earth, he looks up, and a massive hand, 6 feet across, carved of gray stone, falls from the sky, grabs the boy, and pulls him into the river. Well, while he's chewing, shall we? Calatrax and the Bronze Knights cross the Giant's Bridge. Everyone, please give me a dexterity saving throw.
Yo, that's fucked up, dude.
Right?
Just saying. Good storytelling. All right, I'll do that dexterity saving throw.
20. Not
We
natural.
need to be. Those of us who are,
I rolled a bad out of 20.
or sorry, exhausted, do we need to be doing this at disadvantage?
No. You only have disadvantage
Not on the
versus
saving throw.
saves when you are at 3 points of exhaustion. So, you all are not there yet.
For us, and maybe potentially for the public as well, none of us are at 3 exhaustion. So could we really quickly once again go over the first 2 points of exhaustion and their effects on our characters?
Certainly. First point of exhaustion gives you disadvantage on all ability checks. So, investigation checks, survival checks, etc. Second point of exhaustion cuts your movement speed in half. Rounded down. The third point of exhaustion, you begin to lose. You get disadvantage on all ability saving throws. Not just checks, but saves. And all attack rolls. On point 4, I believe your movement speed becomes 0. Nope, I'm missing one.
It's okay. We know it ends in death. So,
Yeah, the last one's death.
pretty
There's
much.
6.
Okay.
I will look into that while we are looking here. But you all are only at the first 2, so thankfully you
Okay.
are not dying.
Not on saving throws. Good thing I rolled a 4.
Well,
Wow.
let's start here.
Just to sort of bookend each session with some bad rolls. At least we're getting started.
Yeah, let's just start there. Oh, that was it. There's number 4 is your hit point maximum is halved. That's it. Hit point maximum is halved, and then 5 your speed is reduced to 0, and then 6 is death.
Ugh.
So
Odin's beard. Okay.
yeah,
I think we have a lot of hit points at level 3.
yeah, you have so many hit points.
So many.
Exhaustion does not care about hit points. So you will all, let's see, who rolled above a 13?
Milo. As
Just
a 20.
a Milo. All right. So you all do fall down this crevasse, and let's start by rolling damage. Milo, you will take half of what I will roll. Is everyone
Okay.
ready?
Sure.
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Round it down. That's 5, right?
5.
Rounded down is 5.
For him.
Brom
I'm
dice.
unconscious.
Brom does not
Oh.
die. Brom falls unconscious.
Wait, Kyle spoke up about the type of die. Is it not a D4?
The type of die?
Like the type of dice for falling damage? Isn't it D4?
Nah, it's D6
Oh, okay.
per 10 feet. And you all have just fallen 30.
Oh no.
Brom, you
Hey.
are...
I'm alive. Aga's still kicking.
Um,
Spare the dying for dates.
Yay.
at this point, you all crash at the bottom of this crevasse that has opened.
I land on my funny bone and it fucking sucks.
It's not great. Funny bones are never funny. But you all, I want to say,
I try to be cool and do a 3-point land and fall on my face.
Holgrim, you sense, however, that there are no trees around you, and that lingering presence of undead is gone.
So we can tell that we're down about how much again?
About 30 feet down.
About 30 feet down. That would be if we could walk up walls. Would that we could walk up walls.
Would that you
That would
could.
be-
Um, I will say that at this point, as the crash happens, I think, Hog, you are the only one who knows for sure that you all are safe, right? You're outside of the range of that giant shambling mound, but you all have
We scared
crashed.
it back last time.
Vaga, I assume you cast Spare the Dying.
Yeah.
And so Milo and Brahm are stabilized. Before you heal them, Hog,
Can I also heal? Oh, oops. Guess not.
when you land and you get your bearings, you're checking around and the axe is not there.
God damn it. I was trying to think of an orcish curse.
And you are confident, as you have at the bottom of this crevasse, you are confident that it is about 30 feet to your right around one of the corners of this canyon that has opened up.
Hog's butts. Can I roll a perception or an investigation?
Sure, you head over there around the corner.
What do you think it would be for? I don't have an advantage on either, so
Investigation.
investigation. Okay, I'm gonna roll that now. Oh, and that was a 6. Great. So
Cool.
I'm looking around in the dark.
You head around to the other side. It is dark at the bottom of this crevasse. There's no light here, really. And you all were running all day, so it is close to the evening regardless. And it is pretty heavy snow. And Hogrum, you are beginning to look for the axe. You go around the corner to look for it. At this point, unfortunately, could I have Trevor? I need you to drop from the call for a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Ooh, ominous.
Ooh.
Edit this part out. All right, I'm muting. Just text me when you're done.
Sure. The rest of you all, you see Vaga, you see Hog head on off. And what would you like to do with the other two guys that are down there?
I'm going to start curing some wounds.
Sure.
So I'm gonna do Milo at first level. Heals him for 4.
4. Okay.
Then I'm gonna do wounds at second level or Brahm. I assume he has more HP, and boy, that was a
8.
Oh, you need like 2 numbers. Is that 1? So actually, no, I think it's 11.
Well, the first
It's
one
11.
says a 1 and a 1. That's not right.
Well,
Because
I
your
probably
wisdom
rolled a
modifier
1.
is +2.
Yeah, so I probably just rolled a 1 or 3 for the first one, and then the second one's an 8. So 11 for Brahm.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Will those on.
But Vaga, you turn around, and Holgrim is not there. But you all are back to your feet. You all are not, unconscious anymore. Everybody is awake.
Pick up Milo and I'm like, this is no place to die. Come up.
You're telling me. Oh, appreciate it. Where's Izzy? Izzy!
Izzy will fly down. She is happy to see you. She has 1 point of exhaustion, but she is happy to see you. She wraps around and just kind of snuggles you a bit.
Program. Hung out for him.
You do
I
not
Was
hear a
he-
response.
I
Do I see
motion for
any sort of footprints?
Yeah, he left some.
I motion for Izzy to go try to find him since she's got dark vision, and just let me see what she sees.
Sure.
Or tell me, tell me what she sees.
You send Izzy off as you all take a rest, and at this point, I'm going to tell you all in advance because he is not expecting this, but it's going to be a little bit, I think. It might be a good 15 minutes or so that we're going to do what happens to Trevor as he goes to pick up that axe. Because all of you all remember now that Trevor's not here, he did roll a natural 1 earlier
Yeah.
when engaging that axe, and we
Yeah.
have to go resolve that now. And
Lovely.
remember when I was saying like it will very much so matter on one particular character's actions and what happens?
Yeah.
That's what we're about to do. So I appreciate your patience. There's gonna be a little bit of a thing that happens, and then you all will come back and detective it a bit, and we will go from there.
Okay.
Okay?
Should we just let everything just run from here?
Yeah, just keep it running. It's fine. We're not.
Okay.
I will bring him back on. You all can drop off, and I will let you all know when we're good.
Okay.
All right.
And now, Trevor is going to learn what that axe actually is.
All right, I'm back, and everyone else is gone.
Yeah, they are, Trevor. We're gonna discuss some things. When you
I called it to the principal's office. This is scary.
when you round the corner, you do see the axe. It is quite on display, as the axe is floating in front of you. The handle of the axe has opened in the impact, and you see a what's best described as a prism that is coming out of the back end of the axe.
The just for image's sake, I guess. The base of the handle or the back of the blade head.
The base of the handle.
Okay.
And it is pulling you towards it.
Uh-oh.
And you walk towards it. And you grab it. And as you do, you begin to hear the sounds of what sounds like an old, tired man. And you feel the energy inside of you, that energy that you felt that morning where you woke up and held the axe in your hand. It is an electric power that surges through your blood vessels and holds you tight to the ground. And you hear the voice say, "I am sorry." And you look
Kronos,
around
is that
you.
you?
I'm sorry?
Kronos, is that you?
I am Mehran. And as you look about, you see you are in a, it looks like a dojo. And there are like wooden pillars that are set up around you. And you see there is a class, it looks like, that is happening. And at the head of the class, there is a man, looks human, but is shorter, very hairy, and after a bit, you recognize this is a dwarf, a creature that you've not seen in person ever. And the dwarf is standing there with a class of smaller dwarves, and the dwarf says, sit down, sit down.
I said,
And you look around, and in that same room, you see coming from one of the side doors a halfling. And the halfling looks a lot like Milo, but a little older, maybe a cousin, something like that. And he walks in next to the dwarf, and Merhan begins talking. There are forces in this world now that have changed the nature of magic itself. We are lucky to have survived as long as we did after the Great Freeze. But we cannot rely on the methods of our forefathers. Necromancy here in this place has been tainted with the power of a devil, a demon from the abyss, who shall remain sealed, but whose influence in this place has affected that. And and we cannot use necromancy now. Despite its power to improve our lives, power our machines, and extend our existence into eternity, its force has been corrupted. And while in the past perhaps necromancy could have been used for good, great good, it was not. And now it will always bring evil in the Crag. Do you understand me?
I do.
And the scene wisps away. You see Mehran walking up these very massive stairs, and there are other dwarves around him that are accompanied by soldiers and guards, but Mehran walks up the stairs alone. And he makes it to a massive chamber, and the chamber is just chock full of people from, you see that most of them are halflings and dwarves. There are maybe one or two humans at the outskirts, but not many at all. And he says, brothers, we we cannot continue like this. It will cause more ruin. And they say, Mehran, you have been called here and commanded by the court to forfeit the horn of Orcus, so that we all may use its power. And Mehran says, I will die 1,000 1,000 times before that horn sees the sunrise again. And the wind moves forward again, and you open your eyes now, and you see Mehran. He is sitting in front of a wall of ice, and he stands, and as he does, his size grows till he is maybe 9 or 10 feet tall. And he pulls out a long spear, and his beard seems to come to life, and he says, "You must fight and win." And he points the spear towards you, and I need you to roll for initiative.
Clicking on my dude.
And I probably
did that roll?
will need to. It did roll.
Okay.
Do you have local dice?
I do. They're a bit noisy, but I'll use them.
I think we might need to, just because I don't want them to see what is going on.
Cool. I'm ready. I got my dice ready.
Okay. I'm going to. Okay. This creature leans in towards you.
This creature meaning Mehran with a spear?
Mehran, with a spear and this living beard, leans in towards you, and he is going to act first. And he says, "You must finish what I could not. The time was not right, and I would sleep 1,000 years until it was. But now, the time has come." And the glaive swings down towards you and misses. And it is your turn, but you do not have your glaive. You instead are holding Mehran's axe.
Okay. I don't believe I have the stats for that ready, but
You don't?
I'm pretty
Give me
sure I have a proficiency in
Axes.
most two-handed weapons. Yeah, and axes. So.
You do. So go ahead and just roll a d20 for me.
Okay. That's 11 plus proficiency will be 2,
Mhm.
and then
Strength.
strength will be, should know this, 3. So plus 5, so 16.
16.
Yeah.
You hit, definitely.
Okay.
Give me some damage.
What the roll?
An axe is going to be a d8. Are you going to put any smite into the hit?
I think now would be the time. Yeah. Wait. Let me. This is.
So what I'd like to do, because I know what's
Never
happening on the back end, are you putting a
Right.
level 1 or 2 smite in? Do you only have level 1 smites, right?
I mean,
I don't
I'm
think you have
pretty
level 2
sure
spell slots.
This is gonna count for spell slots.
Yeah, do you have any level 2
I do
spell
not have
slots?
any level 2 spell slots now.
Okay. Then what happens is when you crack into this thing, your smite deals 3d8 damage. Okay. And then you're going to add an additional 1d8 for the axe. And then you're going to add an additional 2d8 for necrotic damage. So you're going to roll a total of 6d8 right now.
I trust you. It says 1 spell slot.
I understand.
Right. Okay. I'm trusting you. 68.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 4. 9. 14. 17. 23. 26.
26. Excellent. And then your strength modifier is what?
3, so 29.
29.
There you
Okay.
go.
You crash into this creature and it rocks him to the side. It crashes into the wall and Mehran stands back up. Good. You must be ready to smite evil wherever it stands. In front of you, behind you, even in those you have come to respect. And he will jump in and attack again. That time it's 18.
18 hits for sure.
And he deals 11 points of damage.
Oof. Oofa doofa.
And as he gets closer, he is
I'm
going.
using my health from quote unquote real life, right?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
And he's going to get closer and attack again.
Oh my god.
And 15?
15 does not hit. Wow.
And you see the beard around his chin begin to reach out and try to strangle you directly. And you parry out of the way, swing around, and you are able to attack again.
Yeah, 15 would be like a matrix dodge, so that checks out. I will attack again. Oh my god, man. Oh wait. I rolled a nat 1, but there is a
Nope, that's on damage.
that's on damage that I have that thing, right? Okay.
Yep.
Well, there's a nat 1.
So you swing around again, and the beard catches the axe and wraps it up a bit. And he looks at you and he says, "Not enough. You must not fear death." And he swings the glaive around at you again. And this time it is a 16 to hit.
Wow. 16 meets it beats it.
Okay. And that is 5 points of damage.
5 would normally knock me down, but once a long rest, I get the. God, I'm scrolling. Through,
Relentless
I'm trying to find
endurance brings you back up to
Relentless
1
endurance would be
point.
it. Yes, and it's still at 1 point of health.
Okay. Give me an athletics check to pull the axe free from the beard.
Okay. Right, so roll. What's that? 8 plus 3, 11. Is that contested?
And we'll see. You pull it free.
Okay.
He got a 10. That was close.
Oh man.
You pull it free. Give me an attack.
Oh man. Don't be a 1, man. Don't be a 1. Oh, that's a 15 plus 3.
Sweet. You put
Okay.
another smite in.
Sure. That's another. I'm still using my spell slots from IRL, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's my last one. So you can still hear me when I'm talking over here, right?
I can, yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's a little softer, but yeah. Go ahead and throw your 68 plus 3.
Okay, 6d8. 1, 6, 7. I'm adding them as I go.
Mm-hmm.
12, 16, 24. Is that plus 3
24.
necrotic?
Plus
Or plus
3
3.
was your strength.
Strength. So 27. Okay.
Okay. You cut into this thing. And let me see here.
Oh,
What was the first amount of damage you did?
The first, I think it was 29. God, if this doesn't do it, man, I don't know what would. But it's putting it all out there.
Okay. You.
Whatever you think is a better story, man.
As you cut into this thing, I want you to describe how you kill it.
Without knowing if I kill it, without even knowing if what around me is real, I'm swinging this axe that is unfamiliar to me, and the necrotic damage I'm feeling in there as a sort of a dark power.
Mhm.
When you do something that you know is for the right cause, but also has a tinge of darkness to it, and I strike into it, and I feel like there's a flash of light, and whatever happens after that flash of light is up to you.
I think you would see the flash, and then you would see the axe again, hovering in front of you, and you would hear that old, grizzled voice. Well done. Well done. And you would see a hand grab the edge of the axe. Your mission is too crucial to be held up by me. And he brings the axe down, and you see standing before you this small dwarf. He is old, tired, but you see that his skin is sallow and stuck to his skull. You see he is limping towards you in a shambling husk of a body, and he holds the axe out to you and says,
Hilt first.
to the side, actually. So he
Okay.
has it in he'll put it in two hands and hold it horizontally out to you. I am sorry for what I am, for what I have become. But this will give you access to the vault. You will find the horn there, and you will need to bury it. Bury it in Masor's Grove, and finally rid this land of its curse.
Rest in peace, Mero.
As you grab the axe, you feel that electric power run through your veins, crash into the ground, and you feel the strength of it again. And like smoke wisping into the storm above you, this form of Meron seems to fade away. And he says, if you die while holding the axe, I will grant you power beyond undeath to claim victory in this last fight. But if you die under that power, I will consume your soul. It is the curse of Mehran's axe to be wielded on perjury of eternity. And the mist fades, and you collapse, tired, exhausted, and you begin to rest. Now,
Okay.
we're going to bring everybody back on. Do you have any questions before we do?
I do not. I'm assuming if I'm still in the cave, you'll tell me. But other than that, trust the narrative.
Okay. I will.
Let me know if I have like a short rest or anything logistically like that. But otherwise,
We will see in just a moment. It will depend on what the other group does. Um, Thank you very much. I'm going to have you drop off one more time, and I
okay.
will have you come back in just a little bit.
Okay.
It should not be long. Intense stuff, guys. Intense stuff. Can't wait to see how everybody else reacts as we get back into this. I've been waiting for that scene a long time. That kind of is what happens when you roll a natural one when engaging with Mehran's axe. So we will see how everybody does when they come back to the group. Yeah, it's brass, baby. Hey,
Uh, uh, that doesn't sound too promising.
what doesn't sound too promising? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Oh,
Everything's
All right.
fine. Nothing terrible happened. Nothing, surely, that would decide the fate of the entire world.
Of course not. That'd be too much like raid. Excuse me. Pumpkin.
Let's see. Where's Kyle? Okay.
there, there a cutscene happening, or
Not for you all. The world is very real. I don't see where. Oh no. We're trying to get Kyle back, but you all are just trying to catch on to what's going on. Um, I'm gonna say Izzy,
Mm-hmm.
you do a good job of trying to keep track of him, right? So
Mm-hmm.
while Milo is standing back up, Vaga, you're attending to people's wounds. Izzy flies off, and that's why we had to kick this scene off because Izzy flies off. Um,
Gotcha.
Izzy shoots around the corner and he sees Milo. I mean, Izzy would see um, Hog around the corner, and she would see the axe floating midair,
Lovely.
and the bottom of the handle seems to open up into a prism of some kind,
Okay.
and Hogrum grabs the axe and lightning fires out of his body. And I need Izzy to give me a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Oh, sorry. That was an accident. It's a 13 though. That was the first one.
That is insufficient. Yeah, and Izzy pops
Are you serious?
with 13
Is there
points
any
of
way that I
lightning
can call her
damage.
as I see the lightning coming towards her?
Nah.
No. Darn it.
but the rest of us we hear lightning crack, right?
You all do hear lightning crack, yes.
And I, of course, will let them know what just happened as well.
Yeah. So if you like, you can run over to the side and check. I still need to find out where Kyle is.
This is not good, and think I think
Yeah.
I will use uh, sort of my last two spell slots to, or I guess my last two first level spell slots to heal myself and Milo again because I think Milo's still pretty hurt.
Sure.
Yes, very much so. I'm gonna go. You said it was a curve, right? Like
Yeah,
around the
it's
corner.
just around the corner a little bit.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
Wow,
go
I'm
to the
rolling. So that's
three.
3 for me. Oh, that's
Good.
that's for me.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go to the corner and just kind of peek my head
5 for
around
Milo.
to see like where he is. Awesome, appreciate it.
Are you trying to hide and do it?
Yeah, like a hide and peek around the corner
Give me
deal.
a stealth check.
Stealth check. Uh, do, do, do. That's a 9.
That's great.
I think I'm stealthy. Sneak, sneak, sneak.
You
And yeah,
you sneak around, and as you look around the corner, um, he is not there.
it's like the he moved that fast. There's nothing there, or do I just not see him, or is it like he's just not there?
As right now, he's not there. Do you want to try anything?
Okay. Um, I'm gonna wait for Hog and I mean Hog, Brom and um, Vaga, and kind of motion for him and like just kind of making like military waves and stuff, trying to get, trying to tell them that I don't see anybody. They probably have no clue what I'm doing, but yeah.
I I message Baga, or sorry, I message Milo. I don't know what that means. What's going on?
I he was there. He just shot Izzy. Izzy's no more. Izzy's gone, and now he's gone, and I can't see him. And I don't know if it's because I'm just blind or what, but he's not there anymore. And he had the X, and I think he's evil right now. Brom, get your man's.
I will say Brom is. We're just gonna have Brom follow you all right now until Kyle gets back.
Okay.
Um, Brom grunts as he just came back from being unconscious twice in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm also gonna prep armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
Um, I do some sort of like insight or religion as to um, the axe and uh, what it might have taken from Hog or unto Hog or
No.
like that.
All the information you
Okay,
have about the axe, you have already.
well, cool.
Yay.
But you can go investigate this, go around the corner if you want.
I mean, sure, I poke my head around.
Sure. Give me a
I
perception check.
10.
Sweet. You see there are footprints. He did go in a direction. They seem to go up the side of the wall. And not like handholds, but like,
Like he just walked up the wall.
yeah. And it doesn't look like he went up and out. It looked like he went straight down this crevasse ahead, really quickly on the side of the wall.
Hmm. So the crevasse continues on for like a long while.
Quite a bit, yeah. And
Is
there's
it
a lot of snow falling around you all right now, so you can't see exactly where he is, but you definitely see that he ran with incredible speed and power horizontally down the rest of this crevasse.
is it something that we can like slide down,
Now,
or is it like
to
safe
you
for
all, it
us
looks
to
like a
walk?
straight vertical wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
So like it would be like another drop for us, basically.
Yeah, it's not going down. You all are at the bottom of a valley that goes up, right?
Okay.
So you all start running horizontally. Like, well, the footsteps show that he started running horizontally along this wall, like at
Hmm.
a slant, but going definitely down this crevasse.
I say we follow him. I take off that
I
direction.
agree. We must be careful. We are not at our best.
Plus, I'm mad that he shot.
We have
Izzy.
lost.
I mean, yeah, probably. You head down the crevasse. It takes you a bit, but suddenly you do begin hearing the sounds of combat ahead of you. And you all continue down this craggy road. There are some bits. I'm not gonna have you roll for. You could have to roll, but I'm not gonna have you do it because you all can take your time a little bit and just get around the kind of further down pits that have broken in this crevasse, and you make your
Right.
way around and through this canyon, and you see about 20 feet up, not all the way outside, there is some sort of enclave, and you all see lightning firing out of the enclave. Just firing out of the enclave, and you don't hear Hog, but you do hear something else in there screaming in pain. Is a deep guttural voice. What do y'all do?
I'm going in
Must
stealthily,
fix
if
this.
possible.
It's 20 feet up.
Okay.
Y'all gonna climb?
Or climb, basically. Yeah, I'll climb.
Okay. I'm gonna have Brahm, because Brahm is pretty strong. Brahm will do an
I
athletics
give
check.
I give like the rope. I
Sure.
give him a rope.
Sweet. He got an at 20, I guess. So
Awesome.
Brahm scales up the side, and by the time he gets about 10 feet up, seems like the fighting has stopped. But he keeps climbing pretty handily. And he gets up there. You hear him pause a bit, and then the rope falls down for you all.
Climb
And
up.
then we climb.
Sure. You all climb up, and um, you see basically two things. First, you see Hog slumped on the ground. He doesn't look like he's dead, but he definitely looks like he is wounded heavily. And he is holding the axe in his hand. But next to him, there is a 10-foot tall bearded devil. It is a humanoid creature that is maybe it's purplish skin with these thick coiled tentacles for a beard that have poisoned barbs on the end of them, and the creature has this massive glaive that it seems to be holding, but it has been slashed to ribbons and is dead clearly, with these massive wounds on its chest and legs, leaning against the wall in front of this inside of this cave. The cave itself is maybe 30 feet tall. Like it's this massive cave once you all have gone in a little bit. But this giant creature is dead there, and you see Hog resting on the ground, breathing, but barely.
Does he look
And I will
as
bring Trevor back in.
Okay. Question: does he look as deranged as he did when Izzy saw him?
He did not look deranged when Izzy saw him. He seemed
He
focused.
didn't. Does he look? Does he have a similar look on his face or about himself?
No, he looks sleeping.
Sleep. Okay. While he sleep, can I do? Because I know I can work with poison. Can I see if I can like scavenge something from the bearded devil? Anything?
Uh, Before you do that, does anyone approach him, or are you trying
I
to do
okay to
that
be in?
before he is there?
I'm not
Yeah,
I
you can
want to
be
do that before we talk to him while he's asleep.
there. Okay. Yeah. Just give me one of your checks.
Okay. Would it be like a investigation or like an alchemist?
Alchemist.
Alchemist. Okay.
I don't know where Kyle is.
That's a 6. So I probably don't get much of anything.
Now with a 6, you probably get poisoned. Give me just a second here. I gotta see what that poison does.
I have advantage against poison.
Give me a check. Because you are
What type?
actively being poisoned.
What type?
Constitution saving throw.
Con. $17 both times.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, no, you're fine. You do feel that you messed up, and the poison does go into your veins, but your resilience allows you to shake it off.
Gotcha.
But at the sharp cry of pain, Hog, you begin to shakily come to, and you are still holding the axe in hand.
I have not experienced any form of rest since.
No, you have not.
Okay.
But you do see in front of you a Brahm who looks tired, who's kind of standing in the back, Vaga, who is slowly approaching, and you see Milo, who seems to be on top of a large devil that is dead in the cavern next to you.
And the instant that I realize he's waking up, I'm just gonna like charge an Eldritch Blast in my hand and aim it at him.
Okay.
If he makes any move to attack anybody or anything that I think weird, I'm letting him have it.
Holding action for Eldritch Blast, I'm sure.
All right. Is it
So,
my turn?
Yeah, you're in. We're all back together now. Kyle
DM,
is, for
I
some
have
reason, I can't. He did not come back, so I'm trying. I called him, but I couldn't get through to him.
For the sake of the stream, do you want to wait till he gets back?
Well, right now I'm just having him quiet. I think we can go on, but we will see if we need to. I will bring him up to speed.
Okay.
I I have kind of a wonky question. I do like 2 cantrips at the same time.
Depends on the cantrips.
Like I was considering messaging, like doing the taumaturgy kind of message, where I just like create this like um just this big scolding voice in Ogram's mind. It's like in Orcish of just like a very disappointed dad.
Give me a wisdom check with disadvantage because you are exhausted.
Come at me with the angry dad.
I like the idea though.
Just a wisdom check.
Yep. This is not something you can
nine.
do. I would say you try to do it. Give me a d20 roll. If it is high, you will have successfully done the thaumaturgy. If it is low, you will have successfully done the message.
It's low.
Okay, so it is just in his brain that he hears it, but it is not a booming voice. It is just your stern dad voice.
Okay. Program, you've told you not to touch the. It is a thing of undead bastardy. And yet, here you are, holding it in your hand, putting our lives at risk. What do you have?
Is it my turn?
Yeah, you all are not in initiative unless somebody
Alright, and-
fires an attack.
Oh, I misunderstood. I wake up in the cavern and there's just a dead demon.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
it
boy.
is
And I'm on top of
for
it, and I'm
Holgrim.
aiming Eldritch Blast.
And for,
for-
image's sake,
for
I'm
image
holding
sake,
the axe.
You are holding the axe. The image is of a devil that is roughly 9 or 10 feet tall, purple skinned with this thick matted beard. It has been slain with large axe marks on it.
I put down the axe, and I quickly wrap it up in the sheepskin.
You
Can I?
I don't think you can.
Is there a difference between putting something down and like sheathing it? Or what you mean is my hands literally won't leave.
As you're trying to put it down,
Because this is a bit meta, but it might affect my
it will
Quiet,
affect your
like,
decisions
the
a
use
lot
of my
right
hands.
now. Give me
Well, the
a
use of my
wisdom
hands,
saving
rather.
throw.
Okay. Oh, I did it with a real die. Oops.
Yeah,
But it is
go
a
ahead.
19.
That's
Can't prove
fine.
it, but okay.
That's okay. But we are going to start using the dice
I'll
roller.
go on roll 20. Yeah.
But at this point, yes, you can put the axe down.
Okay.
But it does still feel, it does seem to hum with that energy. And you do place it down. And you wrap it
Okay.
in the sheepskin. And you are good.
Mehron spoke to me. And he appeared in the form of a tall, bearded beast. And yet now that I've woken up, what I see before me is the same beast. But demonic. Did this thing speak to you?
Something like this.
Sorry, say again? Nothing like this?
I said, we found it like this.
You found it like... You didn't fight this thing?
It was dead when we got here. Hello, got a
Well
little
done.
handsy.
So then it was me. Hog sighs, heavy, deep, grunty sigh, and as he's putting the sheepskin back on his back to sheathe it, he looks at the thing. He just kind of stares long and hard at it.
As you are staring at
I
it,
think I pretty much said it. Yeah.
the end is still open. You do still see
Oh,
the
the end.
prism.
The end of the X.
Mm-hmm. The prism is still there.
Veron spoke to me and said, perhaps redundantly so, that this axe is the key to something. And the end, and I mean, I guess this could be anywhere in the process of me wrapping it up in the sheepskin, but I will show everyone the axe somewhere in this process, and the bottom of the hilt, the bottom of the handle is. Appellees, you explain it better.
Yeah, it has opened up into, imagine a pyramid, right? But the pyramid is upside down, and the point of the pyramid is jammed into the bottom of the axe's hilt.
The instant he takes a step forward, I shoot right at his feet to stop him from moving. And just stare at him.
Ogrim stops moving.
As you are,
Killed Izzy.
before that, really quick, I'm sorry.
You good?
As you are standing there holding the axe, showing off the prism, there is a little bit of creeping light that peers into the cave. And you all see it shine into the prism, out the back of it, and hit the wall at the end of the cave. And it just burns a small melted hole into the wall. And on the other side of that small hole, maybe an inch or so in diameter, there is a glint that shines back of metal.
Milo, I know not what you saw, but is there not still a beast chasing after us?
We'll deal with this later. I turn around and start walking towards the wall where like the hole got burned through.
Mm-hmm.
And like, can I do like a knock on the wall to see if there's like if I were to blast it, will some more of the rock fall or anything like that? Is there any type of check I can do against the wall?
Milo,
You're pretty sure blasting a wall inside of the cave may be dangerous for you.
Well, you said we could.
The axe
You
is
said
the
it was
key.
about right, but you said the laser like it refracted off of it and melted through it like an inch.
It melted through the ice, right?
Oh, it's ice.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the back of the wall, this is like inside of a frozen ice cave. Sorry if I
Got
described
you.
that, but it is like it melted through a very small hole in the ice, but there was only a small amount of light that came into this cave because it is almost nighttime for you all.
Okay.
It didn't seem strong enough to do anything more, but as it shone through, it did pierce a small hole, and you do see there is metal behind it. The metal does not look bronze. It looks like a metal I don't think any of you all would recognize.
Okay. Okay, so real quick, I know you were Hog. You were in the middle of putting the axe up when I shot. You had shot at your feet.
Yeah.
Did you by that time? Would you still have it kind of out in front of you, or would it be up on your back by now?
You described it as I was walking forward. You did that.
Yeah.
And in my mind, Hog would not have walked forward until he had safely sort of sheathed the axe. And before he sheathed the axe, he would have shown you the kind of the order of operations. Like he would have been.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, technically, the light. Sorry, I'm just trying to piece it together. The light would have shown as he was wrapping it up, I guess.
Yeah, because after that prism looked like it was still there, he looks like he stood up to show you all the prism, and that's what happened.
That's what
Well,
happened.
I mean, I'll say this: knowing that as I was wrapping it up, before it's gone, obviously that thing with the prism happened.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So when that
So
thing
it
with the
never
prism
really
happened,
got put up because we're looking.
then
at the
I don't
wall
think
now.
I would have fully put it away, because if that happened, my next Hogrim's next instinct is Hogrim's next instinct is to realize that we've known this was a key all along, and we've never had a physical manifestation of that
until now.
Of that hunch. So I mean, I say
The
that out
light,
loud.
yeah, the light that we saw was just like a glinting daylight.
Yes, it looked like you probably missed whatever other light may be there. Like it's like at this point, most of the sunlight is gone for the day, so it was just a little bit of a hint left.
Okay, I want to, because he's still sitting there where I kind of looking at it. I want to pull out my torch and light my torch and see if it will continue to refract off the firelight and melt anything else. Like while he's holding it, I just want to light the torch. Like I'm not talking to him or anything right now. I'm just gonna light it and see what happens. Light my torch and see what happens.
It seems to reflect the light a little bit, but it is doesn't look like it is sufficient enough to create a beam.
Okay. Do we look like in a safe area?
I would say you are. I don't know. You're in the crag.
Okay. Well,
How
the
how safe
other
is
reason I lit
safe?
the torch, right? The other reason I lit the torch was because you said we were in a cavern,
Yeah.
like a little cave area.
Hmm.
So can I do a quick check just to see if this is a place where we could hunker down for a rest of some sort?
What would you be checking for?
Um, Stability of the floor and walls.
Sure. Give me
If
a
there's any
survival check.
holes in it, that's something that could come out to attack us. And if there's anything we can block the front of, I don't know how big the entrance was we walked through. Is there anything, any way we can block that?
Give me a survival check.
Survival.
Okay.
18.
Good. Good. A couple things. First, you would know that there's no holes like in the side of the walls. The ice here seems particularly thick to a
Okay.
strange degree.
Okay.
You also would notice that you may be able to cause a small cave in if you blast it at the very front, where the ice is
Uh-huh.
not this weird, strange ice, but more just the normal cavern face. You
Right.
feel like you might be able to break that down, but then you'd probably be sealing yourselves inside, which also isn't
Can I
great.
interject really quick, just in case this comes into play? Um, would any of us know, have an idea of how far back this thing that was chasing us is? Because like one of us sent it back. I believe it was me or it was Vaga, and we sent it back, and we ran for a
Oh, you're
day.
talking about the
Would we
giant
still know?
shambling mound.
Yeah.
Right? Any idea, especially with this survival check, like how far back this thing is?
You would have sensed that you were out of the woods, so to speak. Even
Okay.
when you all very first got into this crevasse, you were outside of the creature's wood. It was just like its last ditch effort. You do not think it would be able to follow you here. If that's
Okay.
the, if that's the thing you're concerned about, you're pretty
Yeah,
sure
that
you're
is. Yeah.
outside. I mean, yeah, you're pretty
Yeah.
sure you're outside of that thing's
Yeah. Pretty much
range of
just the only thing
influence.
I'm concerned about was the giant inescapable monster. But just to be clear,
Ah, bro!
Brom returns.
I was just about to just say, hey, we probably should stop if we can't keep going.
Yeah.
Brom?
I did want.
Lil Gingy's muted.
Brom?
Well, he's unmuted, but I don't hear him.
I don't hear him either.
It's weird. So if he's unmuted on Discord, that means it's a mic problem.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably a mute on his mic. Yep, he dropped. Oh, he's back.
He dropped and came back.
What's weird is that his Discord
could be that he
green
lost
circle is
internet.
lighting up, which means Discord is accepting sound from him. So
Right.
so that means he has some
What?
sound going in. Well, that's weird. Yeah, Discord is accepting sound from him, but yet we can't hear him. So
Yeah,
Maybe
because
his.
he's constantly
Green's-
lit up right now.
we see that Kyle's talking, but we can't hear anything. That's weird.
You might need to turn the volume of that microphone up.
Up.
That
Yeah.
might be it.
We still do not hear you. If you are
Yes.
Can you hear me
still
now?
no.
Ah,
There we
yes.
go.
Oh yeah.
He has returned to us,
And then he's muted.
and he's gone.
And then you muted yourself.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Awesome. You all right, man?
Yeah. What fixed it?
Yeah.
Just for future reference.
You remember that little like thing in the Audacity thing that turns up the little volume, your recording volume? That's your whole mic input, as it turns out.
Ah.
So we're just not
Man,
going to
with-
go with that anymore.
And with Audacity Fire.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So I'll catch you up to speed because Brom was in like a little. We kind of just had Brom in a little bit of a haze, and I rolled a natural 20 for him,
Dope.
so that was great. But basically, when you all finally came to, there was a shock of lightning that erupted from the cavern around the corner, and Milo immediately looked at you all and said, "Hey, Izzy's gone. Something happened to Izzy, who is following after Vaga." And you all chased Vaga, who apparently was running.
Hog.
I mean, sorry, you all chased Hog. And you saw tracks that were going horizontal on the side of the cavern walls. And you also were able to pull yourself up into an enclave in which you heard a battle. Hog was Brom, when you got there, I want to say this as well. Brom, you were the one who climbed up the side of the wall with a natural 20 and made it into the cavern to pull the other guys up. But when you pulled yourself up, you saw Hog pulling his axe out of a 10-foot tall demon creature who slumped down and died as Hog turned around, looked at you, and then his eyes, like that were glowing with this purplish electricity, faded, and Hog fell onto the ground unconscious. At this point, you all have pulled everybody else up. You're inside of this small little enclave on the side of a hill, and Milo is just pissed, and you see that there was a prism that seems to have emerged from the bottom of the axe, and it caught just a glimpse of sunlight, and it burned a hole inside of the back wall of this cavern, and inside of that hole there is a small glint of a metal that none of you all, I believe, recognize. But we're all caught up. That's what happened.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Milo has been checking around to see if we can hold down the fort. And I think Vaga goes to you, Brom. Like, you should try to cover our tracks if we are being followed, which I'm pretty sure we are. Perhaps give me a hand, I guess.
Apelles, how common is the knowledge of the situation of how followed we are being? Let's accept that sentence.
You all know that someone's looking for you. I think that was clear when that raven flew away. And you all did get the knowledge that Calatrax has access to the bridge, which you know would probably cut off a lot of time with her if she is following you all.
Right. Now, more on more on the gigantic big honking monster underground bad boy.
The bearded
What-
devil.
like, you told us. I don't think Kyle was here for it, but are we? How common is the knowledge? It seemed like. Yeah, I'll let you say it.
You're pretty sure that inside of this place, you all are outside of that thing's grove, so you should not be in danger at this point. I think that is
Okay,
common knowledge at this point.
but still underground, and at this point we can see daylight. Or I actually don't
It
know
was
what time
like
it
the
is.
last of it. It was
Do
like
we
the
see
last of
sky?
the light.
You could see sky, yes, because you're able
Okay.
to look out. Like if you stand at the edge of this
Right.
little enclave you all are in, and you looked up, you would be able to see the sky, because the
Okay. So we're
crevasse
not so
you
far
fell
down
in
that
a
we're
pretty
completely lost.
correct. Yeah, the
Okay.
crevasse itself is maybe 60 feet, 50 to 60. Where it started, it was around 30, but over here, as you all have gone on, it's gotten a little bit deeper. So it's still not. It's like you all could in like a couple
Right.
rounds climb out of it, right? But
Wasn't someone climbing up something already?
yeah, Brom did a
We were
really good
climbing to
job
get to you.
climbing to get to you all.
Climbing from
The
Yeah,
ground,
you
down.
were
like
lower.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
the
okay.
bottom of this. So
Oh,
you
climbing
all are
down.
up
Okay.
off the ground a little bit, about 20 feet off the ground, inside of this
In a cave
enclave.
cavern thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Got it.
but you are becoming acclimated to where you are in general, so it makes sense.
Okay. So since
Well,
the light didn't work at all, I'm gonna leave it there. Like I'm gonna leave the torch. Like if I can, like jam it into the wall or something. Because I've got like a pickaxe
Okay,
or a hand axe, so I'm gonna like cut a hole in the side of the wall and leave the torch in there, so we have light in this area.
your
Um.
survival check would say you try to do it a little bit deeper in, and the ice does not
uh,
chip at all.
at
And then
all.
you start going towards the outside, and yeah, it does. It looks like it is chipped. You can chip it a
Okay.
little bit easier, so you can put it towards the mouth of the cave, but not deep in.
Not deep in.
But that
Okay.
means there would be light at the mouth of the cave,
At the mouth of the cave, which
so
is
it
not
could be
something that we
seen.
want
Yeah.
either. Right. Um.
Milo, I understand your hesitation to side with the axe, but I stand here with what we know to be a key against what we know to be a door.
You don't even know what you were doing. We don't even know who you were. You don't know who you were.
I know what I was doing. What I don't
So
know
you knew
is
you had
who that
electricity
was.
shooting out your eyes? Seriously?
All I know is who that was. Actually, wait, that's the opposite of what I said. I don't know what I was doing, but I know that what I was fighting was Medron. We know this to be Medron's axe, and Medron spoke to me. Whether it was him or something, some sort of imitation, all I know is that he seemed to say that his axe is on my side and that I may use it, but that if I am to die, I am to die forever, with my soul to be consumed by the axe itself. But it would seem that the axe is ours to wield.
At what cost?
At the cost of my soul, not yours.
I walked to the very back. I literally just turned around and walked to the wall that was the thickest, like
Mm.
at the very back where the hole, and I just like pull my winter clothes up over me, and I just hunch in the corner and just sit there in the dark. Like I have nothing to say to anybody at this point.
Hold on, give me a perception check
Okay.
in the chat.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, that's bad. Cool. Cool game.
Cool. Never mind. So at this point, what would you all like to do?
Oh, and I did snuff the torch because
Okay.
I didn't want to have the light at the front. So
Sure.
I was just trying to cover tracks.
Easy enough. You all have rope now going to this thing, so you walk back a bit. Give me a survival check for covering tracks.
Great. Oh, well, the first one was a 14, so.
Yeah. So 14. You do your best to cover tracks, and it's pretty good. You feel like you did a pretty good job. And there is a lot of snow falling down right now, so it's not particularly hard to cover your tracks.
Should we do about the body? I to a big demon thing.
I say we leave it. All I can say is that I'm done with it.
Don't think it will come back to life. Unless in our sleep.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I fucked it up. Sorry, let me do another soundbite for Apelles if we're trying to keep this serious. I'm pretty sure it's dead.
Just sort of sighs, and then
And
I go
I
off
kind of
and
like grunt and chuckle to myself, like whatever, like snicker, snark.
go over into another corner and start to do my trance. Start sleeping. Exhausted.
I think Hog would not act upon this immediately without the consent of everyone else, and he is sorry, he is Hogrim is prepared to sit down and also sort of meditate, by which I mean rest
Hmm.
in
I'm
the
assuming
literal
we're
and
long resting
mechanical
right
sense.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like everybody is ready for a long rest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you hunker down. I need to ask, fire or no fire?
Um. Uh, oof.
I personally have already started mine with no fire, and I don't even care.
Can you remind me what the second level of exhaustion does?
Second level is your movement speed is cut in half.
Movement speed. Okay.
Right now, you all know that if you sleep without a fire, you will have to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
You all have winter clothes at this point, so it is at advantage. And none of you have a third point of exhaustion, so you don't have to worry about
The
the
disadvantage on that.
disadvantage or your exhaustion interfering with
Right.
it. But it is just a flat DC 10 Constitution saving throw with advantage. If you win, then you don't have to worry about the cold giving you an additional point of exhaustion.
I
You
am
said we get it
I am
at
prepared
advantage.
to not light a fire. If you are.
Sorry, I kind of cut you off. I apologize. Who were you talking to?
I was just talking to sort of
general.
everyone.
Okay. I just kind of turn like away from him and like and everybody and just like dig deeper into the corner of the wall. Like I've already made my decision.
Okay.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm going to
Fire a little light for a
drink.
fire.
I'm going to drink my blood flow potion. Give myself advantage on the con save.
I'm going to tell you, you do not need to do that because you have a wolf pelt.
Oh, okay.
They gave you the wolf pelt, which will give you advantage versus your con save anyway.
All right. I guess we're not lighting a fire. It looks like so. I'm gonna roll a advantage con
Roll
save.
a con save with advantage, everyone.
16.
Fuck, I got a 20.
Thank Jeebus.
Yeah, good job on that one because you almost lost it.
Awesome. Everybody with your warm clothes, and again, you all are used to being in the crag. You.
Maybe there's some flavor to us being underground.
Mhm.
The fact that we're not in the upper
Yeah,
window.
Fighting
the
wind.
wind and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely in flavor because it is howling up above you. The wind
Yeah.
howls for most of the night. If you have a point of exhaustion, please remove one.
Yes.
As you all do complete a full long rest, please bring all of your hit points back. half of your hit dice, your spell slots return. You all are able to rest in the crag. And normally I would take a break here, but I also see the time. I will leave it up to you all. I know there is more adventure to be had, but do you all want to park it here or start back in the morning?
Uh, I'd leave it up to a vote, and like if other people vote contrary to anyone else, I'm super happy to do whatever anyone else wants. But I'll just cast my one single vote, saying that I'm tired, and I love this, but I've had a especially long Sunday. But
No,
yeah, whatever
I'm
other
fine
people
with
vote
that.
for, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm fine with the parking. Definitely understand.
I can keep going, but seems uh, I'll be like one of the only votes going forward, so not a big deal for me.
I'm good to park it. That works for me. Sorry.
Okay, so we will park it here. You all have arrived at the cusp of Mehron's vault. There is that small gleam that shines through on the other side of the ice every now and then, and you hunker down with your thoughts, your perhaps disillusionment, and a little bit more information as you prepare to enter into a place that you have only read about and that maybe has been undisturbed for centuries. And you steel yourselves in the shadows of the night to prepare for the dawn. And we will end our session here.
Awesome.
Good work, everyone. Um, this one was a bit of a weird one, but I want to go around to everybody, give them a chance to sign off, give me your final thoughts for the session, and we will see how it goes. I enjoyed it because I got to see all of what happened on all sides, but later on, once the stream is over and everybody gets to go back and watch, and we can talk about what happened
We'll
in
do the
between
reunion show.
in between scenes. I think it'll be really
The
fun.
reunion show.
The reunion show, I think, will be really great. But this was a very good one. I liked a lot of what happened, and we will go from here. Let's sign off. Hawk, we'll do you first.
It was a good session. Like you said, the perspective was very different. It's character to character, but I I didn't mind at all for the sake of creating something like creating a narrative. I don't mind at all being out of the room. So from the meta point of view, I think it's fun to create something where not all of us know everything. And yeah, solid session.
Awesome. And let's go over to Brum.
Yeah. I thought it was a good session. Had some weird issues where I checked out a little bit there. I don't really know what's going on. But I thought it was a good fun session.
Awesome. And you all did die. I'm happy about that. Milo.
That's a plus.
Right. That's always a plus. Um, first off, of course, always fun playing with you guys. Um, I am Milo's conflicted currently. Um, like he like part of him is like he knows the axe has the ability to control because we've seen it happen before, you know. So we know the axe has the ability to control people, and even though it's could have been out of Hog's hands when it happened, it's still the fact that he shot at Izzy, and he's got this. We only have each other down here, especially down here in this crevasse. Now, can he turn on us again, or will he? and that's all Milo's thinking about right now.
Mm.
And will anyone else also? Because if he turns, normally Braum is his right hand man, and I'm the smallest person in the room. How do I like? My brain is on analytical mode. If I have to, how does the reckoning come and kill them? That's where I'm at. That's where Milo's at.
Yeah. Yeah. I was so sad when you were like, yeah, and then Izzy goes after him. I'm like, ah.
Yep.
Mm,
Like the reckoning is like in full, like he literally switched modes from playful Milo to the reckoning, just
mm,
like that.
Vaga.
Yeah, it was a short and sweet session. Um, it's all character moments this time. Always big fan of that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll have to say I'm glad we finally made it to the vaults.
To the door, right?
Yeah, to where this tomb got to be. Um, but yeah, uh, happy we're rolling. Kind of crazy. Like, and I was terrified that you were gonna have us fight a 10 foot tall bearded demon or bearded devil, whatever it was that you had him fight. Like, oh no, dude, we're like super low HP, right? Like we're gonna get. I just used
Slaughtered.
all of my spell slots. Like,
I know. I'm
uh,
not an evil DM, guys.
yeah. Okay.
Debatable.
All right.
I mean, oh,
Like I know the armor had just wore off too that I had put on, so I was sitting there like, I'm hit. I am so screwed.
Yeah, y'all are in a bad way, but yeah, all of you survived. Look at you. You survived falling into the crevasse. You survived the whatever happened with
Well,
Hog.
it was big that your damage wasn't that much. I mean, 11
Yeah.
is a lot for a third level, but I was already okay for most
Yeah,
of my
that's the part I
HP,
was
so
glad
it,
about
it was
too.
huge that I survived.
Yes.
Not an evil
Yes.
DM, but a true neutral is a.
I think that's pretty much it. I
I don't know
am
which
true
one's
neutral.
worse, evil or true neutral.
Well, if you ask anybody who has played Micromagus, they they might
That's the
think
beauty
true
of true.
neutral.
True neutral is not evil, but it doesn't have to be evil to be cruel. So.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I am going to stop our recording here. Thank you all again very much. I actually might keep this Merrick Two Gears art as my permanent picture. I just love that little guy so much. I might just keep that as my permanent picture for the rest of the game. But you
You
all
should
were.
make him as a character later, like to play him in a campaign.
I might. He's well.
I
We'll
mean, a mechanic
see.
gnome.
As just a
Come
player
on.
for him, he's really cool. I like him. But
Yeah.
he also is. I'm looking to make a happier game in the future, and Merrick Two Gears has some dark past. So I'd probably want a happier thing. The next session, I don't know what the next game is, but it's gonna be like joyous. I don't know what that means, but
I was like, this is you we're talking about. How is that possible?
see, I think
I
it'll
like
be a
candy.
it'll be a creative sidestep. It's something that I think it will take actual work for me to do because a lot of my games are all like this.
Now I'm gonna tell
So
you this.
hold
I'm gonna
on
tell you
before
this. You saying that? Oh, go ahead.
I wanna sign off. We can chat about stuff and things, but I feel like I should close it. But thank you all very much. I love you all very much. Keep each other in your thoughts and prayers, and try to come together. Like I said, there's stories that we tell that show how easily people can be divided, and hopefully through this experience we will learn again how to make reconciliations. Thank you all very much for your time, and we will see you next time in the Crag. And between now and then, do well